Hey guys, it's Melissa here with Rooted Home and Garden. Today we're going to be working in the chicken garden. It's a big old mess. I don't know how much I'll be able to get done. It looks like it's been deserted. It really does. And maybe I have deserted it and just haven't realized. I don't know. It is a one big mess, and we have a party coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it all done. To be honest with you, it is in bad shape over here. So I'm going to take you a little yucky tour of my yard, and then we'll get to work and figure out what I need to get done. First thing I need to tackle as I'm walking over here is I'm seeing the apple tree completely has fallen over. This is supposed to be an Espalier apple tree, which I'm supposed to tie to the wire that's on our house. And that's something I need to get done. The weights of the apples are just making it very heavy. This is a Granny Smith apple tree, and I'm so excited to have this tree because I do a lot of baking, especially apple pies. So I'm excited that I have this tree, but it needs to be fixed before it ends up forming this direction. Now, fruit trees are so easy to train. You can actually put them in different shapes and all sorts of things like what I'm doing with the Espalier, and they'll actually form that way. So that's actually a real big problem with the way it is right now. We don't want it to form in this shape. This is not the shape I want. I'm not making a canopy. This is just a nuisance. So we got to get this fixed up, and that will make me happy. The second thing I need to address are the grapevines. There are grapevines just going nuts. They are so happy and they're just overtaking everything. So I need to trim those things back, get them in order. And I try my best when I trim it not to ruin any of the fruit that's on them. But here's the problem. Let's take a look at this leaf. This is an old leaf. It's got some issues on it. I definitely see some spider webs. I hope it's not spider mites. No, it looks like it's just spider webs. I think these ones are just dead ones that are maybe too much shade is what that is. But all the new leaves look absolutely beautiful. But unfortunately, I am going to have to cut off some of the new leaves to control this little beast that we've got. Now we can go over here to this side. Again, I have tons of grapevines actually blocking the walkway over here, but I have grapes here. So I have to really be careful and really pick and choose what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of. Oh, and look, they're starting to attach to all sorts of things. So this whole thing just needs to be completely fixed up before it just overtakes. And there's trash all around. There's just stuff is just scattered all over the place. Really, it's one big mess. Hello, babies. Hello, are you staying cool? Thought it'd be smart to work in the chicken garden today because it's a very hot day and usually this area gets a lot of shade. Plus we have the misters on with the chickens and it's hitting me, and so it feels really good. So it's a safe thing to work today in here. As you can see, yesterday I actually worked on this area. I put some cardboard down and put some mulch over it. It's looking so good. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Obviously I didn't have enough for this section or any of the other sections, but you know what? That's okay. I think over here, what I'm going to end up doing is just pulling the weeds instead of doing the cardboard method. And we're going to just kind of compare which side does best, which I'm pretty certain this side is going to do much better. No, opposite. I'm pretty sure this side is going to do much better than this side. Less maintenance. Oh, I've got a cucumber. I got to get that picked. I do have all these boxwoods that I still need to plant. I just don't know if I'm up to it today. So I may or may not get that done, and that's okay. Remember, your yard is for pleasing you, not anybody else. So if something needs to be done and you're like, oh no, I have a party coming up like I do. If you just don't get something done and you don't really care, don't worry about it so much. It's okay. Everybody understands because we all have projects like this that need to get done. So come along with me as I tidy up this area. Oh, I also have the rose bush to prune up, see? There's just always something over here. So much better. Woohoo! Wonderful. Now, as soon as some of these branches that are going in the direction that I don't want them to go, as soon as they're done with their fruit, I am going to chop them off. But right now I'm going to leave them because that's where all the fruit is. But this is a second-year tree, I believe, and I can't believe the amount of fruit I have so far. Win for me. I'm very excited. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try to chop off any of the old dead leaves so I can get them out of the way. Now, I'm not going to fuss too much about which branches I cut off because I just want it to look good. So what I did was I just chopped off the ones that are kind of just in the way of things. I don't, like right here in this walkway, I don't want to have to push things aside, especially if people are coming over here. looking at my yard. I don't want them to have to push vines aside. I want it to be a nice, easy transition. I do have twine, so I can twine some of these up if I want to. But for the most part, especially this garden, this is a very interesting design over here. I like it to be cottagey, but yet formal as well at the same time. So I want there to be a little bit of overgrowth, but I want there to be some sort of formality to this area. And that's the goal I'm looking for here. And I could very well take some of these branches and tie them up, but it's going to look too overgrown. So I think I'm just going to chop some off, but I'm leaving some leaves so that it doesn't look just bare. But that way, this walkway is nice, free and clear of anyone getting bonked by branches. A little bit further. There we go. And actually, I'll give these branches to the chickens and the rabbit. They like to eat this stuff over here. All right, babies, I've got more stuff for you. I've got more stuff for you. Here you go. Get back inside. See what I'm saying now? It feels less congested over here. People can walk through. They're not going to bonk anything, but yet it still looks full over here. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Success. I like that. Well, maybe some people are taller than I am, so maybe I'll figure out this section right here. Just chop that off. There we go. Now that won't be in the way. Hi, Lollipop. And the easiest way to get weeds out of a walkway like this is I just move the gravel out of the way, get down to the root, and I just pluck it. And it's super simple, super easy. And you get the root, so it works. Now, some people have asked me if I have weed barrier down under my walkways, and I do not. And that's a personal choice. You can absolutely put some weed barrier down before you put your gravel. I just chose not to, and I don't get weeds in here very much unless the weeds in the garden are just overtaking the area, and so then it gets into the gravel as well, like now. So, but I've had this garden now for 3 years. This is my 3rd year having this garden, and this is the first time I'm really getting a lot of weeds, and that's because I neglected my garden. Now I'm going to do my very best not to cut off any grapes, but this thing is loaded, so I have to really be careful. When you have tons of space, like if you live on acreage, you can just let them continue to grow like this. I don't have the luxury of having that. I live in a lot, and this is a small area that they're in, so I need to maintain it. So I'm literally just cutting the stems off where I feel like they should be, and there's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing it. And really, I cut it for aesthetics, while focusing mainly not to cut off too much, because the plants do need the energy. Oh no! Darn it, I cut off a beautiful cluster. And I was positive I didn't. Darn it. Ugh. Good morning, babies. You want some? You want some? Good morning. How are you? With your alfalfa hay, where do you store it? Maybe I need to get another garbage can or something, because I have a stack of garbage cans over there for the chicken feed and little treats and stuff. So maybe I need to get another one for the alfalfa hay. It's not going to last storing it in a cardboard box, especially in the wintertime. So I need to find a place where I can keep this and keep it dry but also accessible to this area. So I'm probably going to get another garbage can for this area, maybe a medium-sized one because I have a large garbage can, I have a small garbage can. I think a medium one will be perfect for that spot. And that'll be for the alfalfa hay. My son is the one who feeds the rabbit, so I need to have it in the front where it's accessible to him. So right now it's just going to be in the box until I get the garbage can, but at least it's in the right area. That makes it easy. When planting the boxwoods, my trowel broke. How sad. Buying the big bags is really convenient because you don't run out, but it's super heavy. Hello, baby boy. Wonderful. Now, in my gravel walkway, I don't have any liner laid down underneath. Now, if you're getting ready to put gravel walkway into your yard somewhere, you have the options. Totally up to you. If you want to put liners down to kind of help suppress any weeds that may grow through and come up through the gravel. Like right now, I have weeds growing through the gravel. But I'll tell you, it actually is super simple just to pull it up. I've never put liner down. Maybe it's even easier. I don't know. I've never done it. But once in a while, I do get weeds through here, and I just move the gravel out of the way, get the root, and pull it out, and the weed comes out. So it is actually quite simple, and I really don't get weeds in here very often, especially if I'm on top of it. Lately, I've not been on top of it, so I have more weeds than I probably normally do, and that's, sometimes that's a fact of life. But once you schedule some time to come in here and pull them out, then it's super easy. Okay. Just get the root, move the gravel out of the way, pull it up, and it's gone. Voila. Here we go. And then you just push the gravel back. And all is well. If you haven't seen my last video where I was getting weeds out of the flower bed, go back and watch that one because it's so much easier than pulling weeds by hand. This is so daunting. I need to get my phone out. I'm watching a YouTube, I like watching those YouTube crime videos. And so I'm on a really good one right now and I have it in the house. I don't know why I didn't bring it out here today. So I need to go out there and go back inside, get my phone so I can finish watching it while I'm pulling the weeds. It's going to be less daunting doing it that way. But this section specifically, I'm pulling it by hand so we can compare it to the section with the cardboard. So I laid cardboard down, then I put mulch over it. Actually, I put compost over it. But mulch, compost, really doesn't matter what you end up using. It just makes the area look pretty. But over here, I said I was going to be pulling it by hand so we can compare the difference, how quickly weeds grow in an area that doesn't have the cardboard barrier like it does over there. And I think it will really surprise everybody how quickly weeds grow back in this area. I'm expecting some packages this week, so I'm probably going to take those boxes and put them in here to help suppress weeds in some of these spots because cardboard works so well in our area. I don't have any cardboard left over, but what I do have are just Walmart bags. And I thought, you know what? I have them. We'll use it. It's not going to last as long as cardboard because of how thin it is, but it should do the job. So I'm going to go over this area and just kind of smother out the weeds that are over here. And I'm going to use the same principle as I did last week. Now, hopefully I have enough compost to cover this up. I only have one bag left, so I don't know if I will, but we'll see. don't think I have enough. It's gonna show. We got the chicken garden pretty much done. There's a couple of things that could be done just to make it a little more perfect, but you know what? I think it looks so much better. I'm very pleased with, with how quickly it went. This is day 2. If you hadn't noticed, this is actually day 2 of doing it. I didn't stop because it took all day or anything. I needed to stop because I had things to do. Today, it looks pretty darn good and I'm quite pleased with it. So this is a quick little mini spin of the chicken garden. We got most of the weeds out. It looks pretty darn good. Obviously, I need more mulch to put down, or compost is what I did, to put down to make it look complete, so that I'm going to have to run to the store and get that. The problem with that is the compost that I actually get is at Green Acres, and Green Acres is nowhere near where I live. I think the closest one, because there's multiple different chains of it, the closest one to me is Elk Grove, and even then it's still like an hour and a half away from me. So it's still a drive. I don't go there. Well, sometimes I do. I was going to say I don't go for there for the purpose of just picking up mulch, but sometimes I have. Now I could actually just go and order a bulk, order in bulk and get some delivered to the home. They'll have it put in the driveway. I've done that multiple times. Seems like a lot of work and a lot of pressure on me since we have a big party coming up next week. So I'm on the countdown now. So I think at this point, I just need to go either buy different compost, buy different mulch and put it down instead of compost, or just deal with how it is. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just buying just something else and just laying it down all over just to make it look nice for the party that's coming up. But I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. And I love the boxwoods. They look so good. The strawberries have not been planted. They're still just sitting here waiting to be planted. I've been watering the roots every day just to get them, keep them healthy. But clearly, strawberries are such a strong plant that they don't die easily. So even though they're not really covered at the roots, you see that? They're just laying there, but they're doing quite well. Now, this area does get full shade, so that is another reason why they're doing so well. But I water the roots every day, have them sitting here until I know what I want to do with them. I don't want to throw them away, but I haven't been able to come up with a place to put them. I'm on limited space. I don't know what to do. So I'm determined. I'll figure it out. I just need to figure out where I'm going to put them in the meantime. But I hope you enjoy the little mini tour of the chicken garden and cleaning it up and getting it ready for the season.